All right, here's what I would do for the first one. There's different ways. You can do substitution, elimination, you can do graphing, or I showed you how to use the calculator to do the matrices, right? So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so what we got to do though is remember we got an A matrix that's this, and that's a 2 by 2. You just use the coefficients, so 9, 2, -3, 1. Then you got a B matrix, which is this one, which is a 2 by 1. 2 rows, 1 column. And then when you put it in your calculator, you got to put A inverse B. And then it'll give you the two answers. Okay, remember you need an X value answer and a Y value answer that works for both. Right, Sky? Put that thing away. Now. Thank you. Well, let's get ready for exams so you can tell your mom you did really well on it. Face to face, you can tell. All right, so we go to second inverse, right under math. It says matrix, all right? And to put numbers in your matrix, you got to go over to edit. So I hit the left arrow key once to get it to edit, then I hit enter, and then I put it's a 2 by 2. Mine's already set up, but you just hit 2 enter, and it'll give you the dimensions that you need, which is again 2 by 2. All right, and then I put 9, 2, 9 enter, 2 enter, -3 enter, 1 enter. All right, so I check, make sure I put the right numbers in. Then I get out of there. I hit second mode, which jumps out of there. So that's quit. And then I jump back in, second matrix, edit. But now I want to edit B, so I hit 2, and then I hit 2 enter, 1 enter to make sure it's a 2 by 1. And then I put 5 enter, 10 enter. Get out of there, second quit, and then go back in and just hit enter, and that's where the A pops up. Now, you got to hit your inverse button now. Don't forget that, which is the button you've been hitting, but don't hit second. And then second matrix 2, enter, and there's my two answers. Thanks. All right, so, what is it? -1, 7. So you see this. That means X equals -1 and Y equals 7. If I put 9 times -1, I get -9. 2 times 7 is 14. -9 plus 14 is 5. It worked. -3 times -1 is +3. Plus 7. 3 plus 7 is 10. It works. Right? You can always check if you want. Okay. So that's probably going to be the easiest way for you to do that. All right. So go ahead and do 2 for practice real quick. And then I'll do it here in a minute and see what you get. Because some of you were doing different methods yesterday. And again, if you got it right, doing the method that you did yesterday, that's fine, because it said you can use any method. All right, now number 3, we're going to have to graph, which means to graph on your calculator, you got to get Y by itself, which some of you, for some reason, were telling me you couldn't do that, which I don't understand whatsoever. We should all be able to get Y by itself, right? You ready? Cool. 3 negative 14. Any questions? Anybody having issues with the calculator? Okay. I think that'd be the easiest way for you guys to do this. All right. Now, number 3, you're supposed to graph, so I'm going to go ahead and graph them. All right. 2x minus 3y equals negative 13. I got to get y by itself. So I subtract 2x first. Get negative 3y equals negative 2x minus 13. And then I divide everything by negative 3. So I got y by itself. 2 negatives make it positive. Okay? And when you put in your calculator, you'll get some line. I'm not going to use the calculator. 13 thirds is what? 4 1/3, right? So I'm going to go up here at 4 1/3. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/3. All right. I'm going to go up 2 and over 3. I'm going to go down 2 and left 3. I'm going to do a straight line. I'm going to use my straight edge and get a straight line and connect those. So there's, oops, went off a little bit. But there's my red line, even though I drew it in black. I put red arrows on it. Okay, a blue one, all I got to do is add 2x. So y equals 2x plus 7. So, right, we good on getting y by itself? Brett, you good? I knew you would. Okay, so 7 is my y-intercept. So what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7. Go up 2 and over 1, down 2 and over 1. Ooh, there's a spot where they're going to meet. Huh? Get a line and connect. And the 2 meet. I'm a little bit off, but they meet right there, which is negative 2, 3. In your calculator, you go to your y equals and put them in. So 2/3, I got to put 2 divided by 3 x plus 13 divided by 3. I just put my fractions in parentheses, and then 2x plus 7. And it's going to draw both lines. There's the first one. The red one I did, and then the blue one. All right. And then you go to second trace, and we're looking for the intersection. So we hit number 5, and then we just hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you'll see that you get negative 2, 3 on your calculator. Okay? Any questions on the first 3? So if you can use your calculator, you got them, right? Well, if you can get y by itself. No questions? We good? All right. Number 4. We got a function, negative 2x squared, a quadratic, opens down because my a value is negative. Write a function whose graph represents a vertical shrink by a factor of 1/2. Okay? So that means you're multiplying the whole thing. All right, the whole thing. Oops. By 1/2. On a vertical shrink or a vertical stretch, you multiply the whole thing, the whole equation, by that number. All right? What's 1/2 times negative 2? Oops, already got my equal sign. Nobody knows 1/2 of negative 2? Ryan? Thank you. Negative 1. X squared. Oops, get my pen back. So do one at a time. Do that first. Don't try to do both transformations or translations or whatever we're doing at the same time. So I did that 2 units up means just add 2 to the whole thing. That's all you got to do. Okay, that's an easy one. All right, so vertical stretch or shrink, multiply the whole thing by that number. You're moving up or down, add or subtract the whole thing by that number. Okay? Number 5. We got a 3x minus 2. Write a function g whose graph represents a shift left. When we go left to right, we just do it to the x. All right? So I've got 3. What am I doing to the x if it's a shift left of 2? You add 2. Remember, it's the opposite of what we thought. All right? So x plus 2. And then you're supposed to simplify. So 3x plus 4 minus 2 is 3x plus 2 when I combine like terms, right? That's the first step. I did my shift left. Then a vertical stretch by a factor of 6. Vertically, we multiply the whole thing by whatever number they tell us. So I'm going to distribute the 3 now, or I'm sorry, the 6, and we get 18x plus 12. One at a time. Don't try to do both. Connor.
Where did the 4 come from?
I don't know. What did I do wrong? I don't know that 3 times 2 is what? All right, I made a mistake. That should have been a 6 because I'm getting in a hurry. So that's a 4. So this would be a 24. Sorry about that. Is that better? You guys were just seeing if I was going to continue to make mistakes, didn't you? Nobody was going to help me out but Connor. Thanks, Connor. Johnny, I can't believe
I
you
actually told him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for telling me. All right, so don't get in a hurry like me and make careless mistakes. We good on those 2 types of problems? One at a time. Don't try to do them all at once. All right, number 6 is another calculator problem. We have to do a linear regression. All right, so we go to our calculator and go to stat and hit enter. And then it'll give us our lists. Now I have to clear my lists. Or no, I don't. I already got them in there, don't I? But if you got to clear a list, you go up, hit clear, and then go back down. But since I already got it in there, I'm not going to get rid of it. All right, guys, remember how to put them in? Now we go back to stat. Once we have them in, hit your stat button and over to calc. Move your right arrow key over 1. And this is a linear regression, so I hit number 4, and then I hit enter. Now, some of you have to go down and hit calculate on your calculator. All right, highlight calculate, and then hit enter. All right, so we get this. Okay, if you're not getting the correlation coefficient, the R value, that's okay. We don't need it for this problem. All right, so this tells me what A is. And that tells them what B, so they instead of y equals mx plus b, your calculator does y equals ax plus b, all right? We're trying to find an equation of a line of fit. That's called the regression line of regression, or regression line, all right? So here's my equation. Just take those numbers. I'm going to go to hundreds, so 6.26, rounding it to hundredths, x. And B is a positive 57, so plus 57.91. All right, so there's my equation. All right, and then it says use it to predict the test score for a student who studies for 5 hours. So we're going to put 5 in place of the x. All right. All right, so I'm going to go 6.26 times 5 plus 57.91. So that person's going to get probably an 89% if they study for 5 hours, according to the table. It said round 100, so 89.21. So you need both answers for that one. The equation and then plug in the number of hours. It's going to be just like it on the quiz, just like your quizzes are on the exam, just like your quizzes and tests. I don't change anything but the numbers, right? Same thing with the exam. It's going to look just like it. Now, part of the exam is multiple choice, and part of it's going to be free response, okay? So I'm not sure which ones. This probably one like this is probably going to be in its free response. Okay? Questions? You guys remember how do you do that now on your calculator? Okay, number 7. Describe the transformations, okay? So, what's that telling us? When it's x minus 2. We moved it right 2. So that's all I got to do is say right 2. And then, what's this tell us? Up 4. If it was minus, we'd say down 4. If that was plus, we'd say left 2. Okay? Those are our transformation stuff. Okay, the last one was we got to use our table again to get our equation for shop A. All right? So I'm going to go to stat again, hit enter for edit, and then I have to change it up. So I'm going to clear, hit enter, go left, go up, hit clear, hit enter, and then I can put in my numbers, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the X. And then move over and put your numbers in. 8, 11, 14, 17, 20. All right, go back to stat, over to calc. And oops, I didn't hit 4, sorry. Stat, calc. Again, it's a linear regression for this one. All right, so what did I do? Oh, I added it to that. All right, let's go back, delete that. Now hit enter. All right, so A is 3 and B is 5. So this is 3x plus 5. So this was A. B was up here, and it was 2x plus 7. The slope number, the M number, the A in your calculator, that tells us how much per hour. So which one was, which shop charges less per hour? B is less, right? Because it was a 2. When are they the same? What do I got to do with those two equations? Same means what? Equal, right? So just set the two equations equal to each other. The A1 equals the B1. Subtract 2x. I'm doing 2 steps at once. I'm going to get the x's together. I'm going to get the numbers together with the constants. Oops, not equals there. Minus 5, the equals is here. The 2 x's are gone, the 5's are gone, so I get 1x equals 2. So when x is 2, or after 2 hours, the cost is the same for either one. Yes, ma'am.
I just plugged it in.
Until they got to be the same.
Yeah.
You got 2. That's okay.
Yeah.
Plug and chug, guess and check. That's all right. Questions? Does that help going over it? Okay. So tonight's assignment, rest of today, you got some time, is chapter 2 ones, which is numbers 9 to, is it 16? Okay, thanks. 9 to 16, just the chapter 2 ones. We'll go over those tomorrow. And then tomorrow's homework or assignment will be chapter 3 ones. We'll go over those Thursday. Okay? And any questions? Then our exam's Friday, right? First and second period. Okay, so we'll have this exam Friday morning. All right, any questions? All right, good job. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It would be fine if I had first blood.